Hello students, today we are going to talk about very important topic from this chapter, laws of motion, that is Newton's first law of motion. But before moving on to that, let us talk about one or two general points. So first point is, what is the cause of a motion? What is the cause of motion, or what causes motion of a body? So from our experience, we can see that when a force is applied on a body, so the body may start moving, or we can say that force is required to start the motion of a body. So force is required to start the motion. But what about the body already in motion? So do we still need some force to make the body continuously move? So from our experience, we will say that yes, means if we are on a bicycle, so as long as we are paddling the cycle will remain in motion. But if we stop paddling, then the bicycle comes to rest after some time. So from here we will say that force is required to start the motion, and it is also required to make the body continuously in motion. So in general, this was the experience of many of the scientists, but Galileo said it is not like that. So Galileo said, no doubt, force is required to keep the body in, to bring the body in motion. But as long as there is no friction, then the body will remain in the state of motion with uniform speed. Means there will be no change in the speed. So if on a frictionless road, we will say, and in the frictionless atmosphere, if a body starts motion, then the body will keep on continuously moving with that uniform speed when the force was applied and removed. So Galileo said it is required to start the motion, means force is required to start the motion, but it is not required to make the body continuously in motion, provided there is no friction, or provided some resistance is not there, then the body will keep on moving. So what Galileo said is, so Galileo said body will remain at rest. So if the body is at rest, it will remain at rest until some force is applied. So if the body is at rest, then it will continue to be in rest until some force is applied on the body. And he also said that if the body is already in motion, then it will continue to move. It will continue to move until a force is applied. So here the condition is that when there is no opposing force. So these two things were compiled by Newton in the form of Newton's first law. So according to this Newton's law, Newton said if a body is in a state of rest, it will remain in the state of rest. And if it is in motion, or it is in the state of motion, so it will remain moving. In the same direction with the same speed, unless an external force is applied on it. So this is the first law of motion by Newton. Means, so he compiled the 2 points given by Galileo in one law. So, and this is also called as Newton's Galileo's laws of inertia. Now from this we come upon one more word that is called as inertia. So now what is inertia? So inertia is that property of a body by virtue of which some body tends to retain its state, by virtue of which a body tends to retain its state. So means inertia is the property of an object by virtue of which it tends to retain its state of rest or motion, we can say rest or motion. This property is called as the inertia. So we will say that this is an inherent property. Inherent property means this is inherent due to mass. By inherent because of the mass. So inherent because of the mass, because any body will definitely have mass, and if that body have mass, then definitely it will have inertia also. So this is inherent because of mass. So inertia depends on mass. Inertia depends on mass means more mass means more inertia, or we can say that inertia is directly proportional to mass. So if somebody has more mass, then definitely it will have more inertia also. So this is a very important point, and many times it is also asked in the examination also. Now we have to talk about the definition of force once again now. So now what is force? So force is that cause. Force is that cause which can change the state of motion of object. So it is that cause. It is that cause. So means, let us say that if I keep this pen cap here, so it will continue to retain its state. Means it will continue to be in rest until unless some external force is applied on it. And yes, definitely if I apply some external force on this, so it may start moving like this. So force is that cause which can change the state of motion of the object. Now we have to talk about kinds of inertia. So inertia is of two types: inertia of rest and inertia of motion. So first we will talk about inertia of rest. So inertia of rest means a body at rest will remain at rest until some external force is applied on it to change the state of motion. So in this we have seen so many examples from our daily experience. So when a bus or train suddenly starts moving, then the passengers standing will fall backward. So then the passengers standing tends to fall backward. So this many of you might have experienced also if you have traveled in some bus or train. Second example is when we beat, or when a carpet is beaten. So when we beat a carpet with the stick, then dust particles starts falling from it, So suddenly when we beat a carpet, then the dust comes out. That is due to inertia of rest. Means the fur or the material of the carpet and the dust are both in rest, but when we beat the carpet becomes into motion, but the particles remain at their position, due to which we feel that the dust has come out. Or on shaking a tree with jerks, means if we suddenly shake a tree, so then fruit or sometimes fruits fall from branches. Then the fruits fall from branch, means fruit and the tree both will be at rest, but when we suddenly shake the tree, the branches starts moving, but the fruits will still remain at rest, and due to which the fruit may get detached from the branch. So this type of examples. Another example is if we are playing a carom board, and if I keep some coins or the carom coins in a single column, and if we strike that lower coin, then the lower coin moves forward, but all the other fall down and they will remain in a pile. Also, another example is when we keep a glass of water or something and a card is placed on that, and if we place a coin on that card and give a sudden jerk to the card, then the coin falls into the glass and the card moves away. So that is also due to the inertia. So there are many examples based on this. Now next topic is inertia of motion. Inertia of motion means a body will remain in motion until unless some force is applied to change its direction or to change its state of motion. So for this we have also seen so many examples from our real life. Means let us say that in the case of cycle, so if we are riding a cycle and if we stop pedaling the cycle, then the cycle keeps on moving for certain distance due to the inertia of motion, and if there is no friction, then it will go for many or much longer distances. Or if we jumping from running bus or train, then the person may fall due to inertia of motion. Means both the bus and the person were in motion, but if someone jumps from the bus, then he may be having the velocity of the bus, but if he tries to stop, then he may not be able to stop, or as a result someone may fall. Or jumping from a running bus, and then we can see that if something that was in greater speed, suddenly brakes are applied. So if we apply brakes on a moving or fast moving car, then the passengers sitting in the bus or the car may lean forward. So in case of running bus, suddenly brakes are applied, then the passengers fall or leans forward. So this is the case of inertia of motion. Also, the athletes often they run before taking a long jump so as to increase the length of the jump. Also during skating, so you might have seen on the skate, the person on the skate, if some obstacle is in between, so then they jump. Means let us say that this is the obstacle in front of the skate and this is the skate on which someone is traveling. So if this is moving and some person is standing on this, if someone is standing on this, So because of this obstacle they jump. So this obstacle, because of this jumping, let us say that now at some position that skate reaches here and this person jumps from this, so he will also fall on this because of inertia or motion. Both were moving with the same speed, so now if he jumps and they will again fall on the same. Or if we are traveling in a bus or train, then if and holding a ball, so if we throw the ball upward, since both were in motion, so we can again catch the ball. So these all are the examples of inertia of rest and motion. You can read your chapter and you will come to know many new things, and I hope that now you can understand the topic. Thank you. Have a nice day.